Hi, Dr. Klein. How are you?
Well, Pat, how are you doing today?
Better. The reason I called was I came down with very severe vertigo.
All right.
I mean spinning, where I couldn't walk. I was really in bad shape.
Okay. Well, Pat, how old are you and when did it start?
I'm 67, and this is probably about 3 weeks ago.
Okay. And any
I
fevers or chills with it?
No, just
Any?
anxiety. I actually got nauseous and had some vomiting because it got so severe. And then
Okay.
as that went away, that was only a little bit of that, and then I was better. But it came back again, and I was able to get to my doctors. I mean, I was hysterical. I almost went to the hospital. It was so
All right.
severe.
Okay.
I did go to the doctors. He looked at me, checked me, looked at my ears, my eyes, and whatnot, and he said that I have fluid in my ears.
Okay. Well, okay, Pat. What I'm going to need to do is to kind of get to the issue here. When you end up with vestibulitis, which is inflammation and or accumulation of fluid in the inner ear, it'll cause vertigo. The problem is you really can't see that. So when somebody comes into the ER and they have vertigo, it's very, very easy to say, gee, you've got fluid in the inner ear. But there are other things that you need to look at that can present this way. Okay, so first thing that they typically do, they say, oh, well, you have vestibulitis, and then they slap you down, okay, with a Medrol dose pack or something along those lines, which is a...
I was going to tell you what I'm taking.
Well, yeah, get to it quickly because we have a bajillion people. So what are you taking?
It can go so fast. Mescaline.
Okay, meclizine, go on.
There you go.
Mescaline is something that the kids take in college.
I'm sorry.
Yes. All right.
Meclizine.
Meclizine is an antihistamine. Okay, and at the age of 67, when you give somebody meclizine, it has a tendency to cause memory issues. What I'm going to suggest that you do first, Pat, if you haven't had any changes thus far that look like ringing in the ears or hearing loss, okay, you need to cut caffeine completely out of your diet, like immediately. You've got to cut salt out of your diet, because if you have a viral vestibulitis and you don't address it kind of this way, it can progress into something that looks more like Meniere's disease. Okay,
right.
Vestibulitis is very, very common. Now, do you have any pain with this?
No.
Okay, cool. All right, first things first, no more caffeine. Second thing is going to be watching your salt. And the third thing, which is going to be a little bit different, if you were younger, I wouldn't do this. I'm going to have you make up a diuretic, a natural diuretic. And I want to see how this works for you. What I'd like you to do, and sounds really, really stupid, and if you think I'm crazy, that's fine.
Anything that will help.
Okay, I want you to get, some parsley flakes, just the kind that you have in your kitchen. Okay, it comes in those cans for like $2, and make up a tea. Take about a tablespoon of parsley flakes and make a hot tea out of this. Now, it's going to taste terrible, okay? But that's the way it goes. So you can add a little bit of honey to it, a little bit of lemon, and it won't be too bad, but then you'll pee off the extra fluid. And all it takes is just a little bit to settle the vertigo down. All right?
Really?
Yeah, that's the way it goes. I was actually incapacitated for 2 years. I was on disability actually for 2 years with this. Okay, I couldn't get out of bed. Okay, now so it's not a lot of fun. So I've made a bit of a study of this. The other thing that you can do, but I wouldn't encourage you to do it yet because it may not be necessary, is to take a combination of two things, both of which used to be prescription. One's called huperzine, and the other one's called vancomycin. Now, these are old-timies, and what they do is they hit something called phosphodiesterase 1. Okay, they open up the small blood vessels to the eyes, ears, heart, kidneys, and it tends to flush this out. So when I got sick, this was the only thing that helped. Now, I still have the hearing loss, and I still can't lean forward, but I'll tell you what, the vertigo is a whole lot better. So first things first, cut the salt, cut the caffeine, diuretic, and if that doesn't do it, then we'll go ahead with the vancomycin and huperzine.